Hey guys, it's Dave in the Man Cave. We're back from our Thanksgiving vacation back home here in the upstate of South Carolina, and we're going to do a quick little video to continue with our beginner guitar lessons. We're going to talk about the chords A and E, and if you were following before, you'll now realize that we have in our repertoire C, A, G, E, and D. That spells caged. And that'll be explained in just a few minutes. So stick around for your A and E guitar lesson. Alright everybody, if you were listening to the intro there, you now realize that we're going to have the chords C, which we know, A, we're going to learn today, G, E, and D. Now, that does spell caged, and that will come into play at the end of this lesson, which is a little bit more oriented towards the music theory. But first off, let's get to our A. The A is played with the A, C sharp, and E right here. On the second fret, and I'm posted here a little diagram of the chords, the strings you will lay over. Now, there's a few different ways people play it. Some people will play it with the 3 fingers. I can't play it with these 3 fingers because they're just too big, but some people will play it like this, or like a D shape, or with 1 finger like I like to do it, where you just bar the 3 chords. You're playing all 6 strings, but you're holding down, barring just 3 of them, the B, the G, and the D strings, to make that E, A, and C sharp. But that is something I want you to practice and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat until you're sick of repeating it, until you get it down. And also too, another one that we're going to do today is the E, which the E is made of the E, G sharp, and B. Those are the 3 notes that make up the E chord. It's played right here. Most people learn it like this. I like to play it like this a lot with my 3 fingers here, because that has something to play in to what we're going to talk about next. So again, like the first lesson, get the fingering down for each chord, get the muscle memory there, so that you don't have to think about when you're playing those chords. So it's just C, A, G, E, and D. It all comes real quick, no problem. And that's what you do until you get it down. And then you can start making up your music and having a little more fun with it. Something we're also going to touch on today is more music theory, and that is the chromatic scale. Now, if you see, I have a diagram up, or I'll put it up now, and you'll see that it starts with C on piano keys, and it's a repetitive phrase on piano keys. But it starts with C, and it goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C is repeated. Well, you'll see what the W's and the H's, that's half and whole steps. Now every note has a whole step except for 2. And that's from the B to the C, which is a half step, and also too from the E to the F, which is also a half step. Now that applies on piano, but it also applies on your guitar. And this is when you start to learn each note on the top 2 strings. I always recommend the top 2 strings, but if you have your open E, and you know a half step up is the F, so a half step is 1 fret, there's the F. To the G, to the A, to the B, C is a half step, D, and then you're repeating at the 12th fret, E again. And you can do the exact same thing for the A string, so it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And when you get those down, memorizing those, the cage method will seem a little bit clearer. I'm going to touch on it today just for a minute. Basically because the two chords that we're learning are really easily moved up and down the neck. So if you're playing an A, and if you're playing it with your three fingers, it's hard to move it. But if you're playing it like a bar chord, well then if you go up a whole step in bar, that A string, you're playing a B. And then a half step, you're playing a C, just like this one. C, C. That's an intro to the cage method, but that also applies with the E, which we have E here, and then F chord, major chord, is where we have the E shape, but we have F to a G, our A, our B, our C, a D, and then up on the 12th fret, back to an E chord. That's just a quick intro to the cage method. Don't get too concerned with it just yet. Just practice the chords that you now know, which are C, A, G, E, and D. Have a lot of fun with it. Don't think too much about it. And when you need a break from practicing your chords, get to know the notes on those top two strings. A lot of things will fall into place once you have those down. And we'll show you little tricks to help you memorize the entire neck. But anyways, that's going to do it for today. It's short and sweet, I know, but it's been a long week, lots of traveling through the holiday. Hope everybody's Thanksgiving went very well, and belated happy Thanksgiving. But again, check us out soon. We'll have something new, hopefully this weekend, right here with Dave in the Man Cave, where the music meets the mountains. Take care.